As a cardiologist, I'm not here to scare you, I'm here to warn you. If you're over 60 and still spending most of your day sitting down, especially after meals, you may be putting your heart in serious danger without even realizing it. The truth is unsettling. Seniors who sit more than 75% of the day face a dramatically higher risk of heart attacks, strokes, and early death. And yet, this silent threat is hiding in plain sight, in your chair, your couch, your daily routine. Now here's what most people don't know. What you do in the first 2 hours after eating can either protect your heart or damage it. We've been told to rest and digest, but for aging bodies, that advice can do more harm than good. In fact, just a few minutes of light movement after meals has been scientifically proven to reduce blood sugar spikes, lower fat in your bloodstream, and keep your arteries functioning properly. It's not about running marathons, it's about standing up and taking back control. The good news: you don't need special equipment or long workouts. You need the right actions at the right time. This video will show you what happens inside your body when you stay seated after eating, and more importantly, what you can do instead. We'll break down the research, give you easy, low-impact strategies, and show you how to build a healthy habit that protects your heart for years to come. So if you care about living longer, feeling stronger, and avoiding the chronic traps of aging, hit that subscribe button and follow the channel now. Your heart will thank you later. It often begins unnoticed, a habit that seems harmless but gradually takes a toll. For seniors, especially those over 60, the reality is stark. Studies show that more than 75% of waking hours are spent sitting. Whether it's during meals, television time, or quiet reading, long hours of inactivity become the norm. But behind this stillness lies a growing danger, one that directly threatens heart health. This sedentary behavior doesn't cause pain at first. It doesn't come with flashing warning signs. That's what makes it so deceptive. Over time, sitting too long contributes to poor blood circulation, decreased muscle function, and increased fat accumulation. These are all precursors to cardiovascular disease. In fact, seniors with predominantly sedentary lifestyles are at significantly higher risk of heart attacks and strokes. What makes this even more concerning is how widespread it is. Many older adults assume that slowing down is just a natural part of aging. But there's a difference between slowing down and stopping altogether. When the body lacks regular movement, blood sugar levels rise, triglycerides spike, and blood pressure creeps up, all silent signals of increasing heart strain. But here's the key: this isn't irreversible. Change begins with awareness. Recognizing that excessive sitting isn't just a comfort, it's a risk, is the first step toward protecting the heart. And fortunately, the solution doesn't require intense workouts or drastic measures. Sometimes, it's as simple as standing up, taking a few steps, and giving the heart what it truly needs: movement. After a meal, your body goes to work, digesting, absorbing, and distributing nutrients. But if you remain seated for a long time afterward, this natural process can take a dangerous turn. Instead of efficiently managing blood sugar and fat levels, your body struggles. The result: a sharp spike in blood glucose and triglycerides, two major contributors to cardiovascular problems. These post-meal spikes are particularly harmful for older adults. As we age, insulin sensitivity tends to decline, making it harder for the body to regulate blood sugar efficiently. Combine that with a sedentary post-meal routine, and it becomes a recipe for increased fat buildup in the arteries and stress on the heart. It's not just about digestion, it's about what happens in your bloodstream. Imagine this: sitting still after eating is like letting traffic pile up at a busy intersection. Glucose and fats linger in your blood longer than they should, and that congestion starts to affect your vessels. Over time, this can damage the lining of your arteries, increase inflammation, and raise your long-term risk for heart disease. Now consider the alternative. Just a bit of movement after meals can help clear the system. It gives your body the signal to start processing those nutrients more efficiently. This small change, a short walk, a light stretch, can help reduce these harmful spikes. The difference may seem subtle at first, but over time, it could mean the difference between stable heart health and ongoing cardiovascular strain. To understand the real danger of prolonged sitting, we need to look under the hood into the body's systems. When you sit still, especially after meals, the muscles in your legs, particularly the calf muscles, remain inactive. These muscles act like pumps, helping push blood back toward the heart. Without movement, circulation slows down, and that affects everything from oxygen delivery to waste removal. One major consequence is lipid buildup. When you're sedentary, the enzymes that break down fats, called lipoprotein lipase, decrease in activity. This means triglycerides and cholesterol stay elevated in the bloodstream longer. Over time, this encourages plaque formation in the arteries, narrowing them and raising the risk of a heart attack or stroke. It's not just what you eat, it's what your body does, or doesn't do, after you eat. Another critical point is the health of your endothelium, the thin layer of cells lining your blood vessels. Extended sitting reduces blood flow, which leads to endothelial dysfunction, a precursor to atherosclerosis. Think of it like rust forming inside your pipes because the water isn't flowing fast enough. Without regular movement, the blood vessels become stiffer and less responsive. This isn't a distant problem. These effects start happening within hours of inactivity. That's why the way you move, or don't move, after each meal adds up quickly. Even light muscle activity can reactivate the systems that support vascular health. The goal isn't to exercise hard, it's to keep the body's natural rhythm of circulation alive and working. Science has caught up with what many health practitioners have observed for years. Walking after meals works. Recent studies show that just 10 to 15 minutes of light walking after eating can reduce blood sugar spikes by up to 20%. That's a powerful effect, especially for seniors managing diabetes or cardiovascular risks. It proves that even modest physical activity, done consistently, can reshape how the body processes food. One study published in the journal Diabetes Care observed adults with type 2 diabetes and found that post-meal walking significantly improved glycemic control compared to other times of the day. What's more, this benefit wasn't limited to intense workouts. Gentle, low-impact movement was enough. For seniors, that's good news. It means no need for gyms or complicated routines. Beyond glucose, walking after meals also helps with fat metabolism. Movement stimulates the enzymes responsible for breaking down triglycerides and improves overall lipid profiles. So instead of fat lingering in your bloodstream, it gets processed and used. This reduces the load on your heart and blood vessels, a critical step in preventing long-term cardiovascular disease. These findings confirm something incredibly important. Small choices, repeated daily, carry big consequences. Walking after meals isn't just a habit, it's a preventive medicine. And for older adults looking to stay independent and heart healthy, this simple routine might be one of the most powerful tools available. The dangers of post-meal sitting don't take weeks or months to show up. They begin within minutes. In the first 0 to 2 hours after eating, blood sugar and triglyceride levels rise naturally. But if you stay seated, these levels stay high longer than they should. This is when your body needs help clearing the bloodstream, and movement is that missing helper. Without it, metabolic stress begins to build. Between 2 and 4 hours after the meal, things get worse. The excess glucose that wasn't processed starts to convert into fat, especially around the abdominal area. The body enters a state of low-grade inflammation, and if this becomes a daily pattern, it starts to wear down your cardiovascular system. Your arteries become less elastic, and your heart has to pump harder against growing resistance. But the true danger lies in repetition. These daily cycles of sitting after meals don't reset. They accumulate. Over weeks, months, and years, they silently shape your long-term health trajectory. Each episode may seem harmless, but together they become a strong predictor of future heart attacks, strokes, and type 2 diabetes. It's like dripping water on stone, slow, steady, but deeply damaging. Now here's the turning point. This cycle can be interrupted. Just standing up, walking, or doing light stretches post-meal resets your body's response. It reduces the buildup and helps your system recover. The power of prevention is found not in what happens once a year at the doctor's office, but in what happens every day, especially in those few hours after you eat. Not everyone can commit to structured exercise, especially after a big meal. But that's not the goal here. What matters is light, intentional movement. A 5 to 10-minute walk around the house or block can do wonders for your heart and blood sugar. The key is to break the inertia, not to break a sweat. It's about signaling to your body that it's time to process, not store. If walking isn't practical, try a standing routine. Wash a few dishes, do some light organizing, or even walk in place while watching TV. These low-effort actions can still activate your muscles and get the blood flowing. Even standing up every few minutes to stretch or march in place brings benefits. Think of it as resetting your body's internal timer before it drifts too far. Another simple method is the stand-break habit. Set a timer to remind yourself to stand up every 30 minutes after eating. Use it as a chance to refill your water, check the mail, or simply pace the room. These moments seem minor, but they add up, especially when repeated after every meal. It's consistent interruption of stillness that keeps your metabolism sharp. These hacks aren't about turning your life upside down. They're about small, sustainable changes. When added to your daily routine, they become second nature. And over time, they help reduce blood sugar spikes, improve heart health, and make your body more resilient. Minimal movement, when done smartly, becomes powerful medicine. Between 2 and 4 hours after the meal, things get worse. The excess glucose that wasn't processed starts to convert into fat, especially around the abdominal area. The body enters a state of low-grade inflammation, and if this becomes a daily pattern, it starts to wear down your cardiovascular system. Your arteries become less elastic, and your heart has to pump harder against growing resistance. But the true danger lies in repetition. These daily cycles of sitting after meals don't reset. They accumulate. Over weeks, months, and years, they silently shape your long-term health trajectory. Each episode may seem harmless, but together they become a strong predictor of future heart attacks, strokes, and type 2 diabetes. It's like dripping water on stone, slow, steady, but deeply damaging. Now here's the turning point. This cycle can be interrupted. Just standing up, walking, or doing light stretches post-meal resets your body's response. It reduces the buildup and helps your system recover. The power of prevention is found not in what happens once a year at the doctor's office, but in what happens every day, especially in those few hours after you eat. For many seniors, mobility isn't just a concern, it's a limitation. But staying active after meals is still possible, even without standing. Seated exercises can provide remarkable benefits. Simple leg lifts, ankle circles, or light resistance band routines can improve circulation and activate key muscles, especially in the lower body, where blood often pools during inactivity. Elastic resistance bands are especially useful. They are easy to store, gentle on the joints, and effective for stimulating muscle movement. A few repetitions of arm pulls or leg presses after eating can trigger the very same physiological responses as standing activities. It's about creating movement where stillness would normally take over. Chair yoga or guided seated routines are another safe and effective option. These practices combine breathing with gentle motion, helping to regulate heart rate, promote digestion, and ease stiffness. They are also low impact and adaptable to different levels of mobility. Even a slow upper body twist or reaching stretch can keep blood flowing after a meal. The message is simple: limited mobility should never mean limited care. With the right adjustments, every senior can reduce their sedentary behavior and protect their heart. The focus is not on intensity, it's on consistency. Gentle movement, even while seated, is a valuable tool in maintaining cardiovascular health and preventing the long-term risks of inactivity. Even with the best intentions, it's easy to forget to move after meals. That's where behavioral triggers come in. By using reminders like alarms, sticky notes, or mobile apps, you can build a reliable system that nudges you into action. These simple prompts take the pressure off memory and help form a lasting habit, especially critical for seniors managing their health. Technology can be a helpful ally. Many smartphones and smartwatches offer customizable notifications. You can set a gentle reminder 15 minutes after each meal to stretch or walk. There are also apps designed specifically for movement reminders with guided suggestions that fit your mobility level. This small layer of automation adds structure to your day. But old-school methods work too. Leave a note on your dining table or place your walking shoes by the chair. Visual cues in your environment can be powerful motivators. The key is repetition. When your body and mind start associating meals with movement, it becomes automatic. That's when change becomes sustainable, not forced, but natural. Consistency beats intensity every time. The goal isn't to do something extraordinary once in a while, it's to do something reasonable every day. And by embedding movement into your post-meal routine, you build a rhythm that supports heart health, reduces blood sugar spikes, and combats the risks of a sedentary lifestyle. Over time, these small triggers create big results. Join our channel's membership club to stay ahead of the curve, get exclusive content, early access to videos, and direct support for building a heart-healthy lifestyle designed for your age and your pace. Now here's the bottom line. The chair you're sitting in may feel comfortable, but it could be slowly working against your health. The moments after you eat, those quiet, habitual hours, carry more weight than most people realize. And while the damage may not show up tomorrow, it's accumulating with every day of inaction. The choice is no longer between doing nothing or doing too much. There's a middle path, and it starts with a few mindful steps after every meal. You don't need to change your life overnight. You just need to start with a commitment. Stand up, move a little, and let that momentum build. Over time, these small actions reduce blood sugar spikes, improve circulation, and dramatically lower your risk of heart disease. Your heart doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for consistency. So tell me in the comments, what's one change you're ready to make starting today? And if this video helped you see things differently, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Because a longer, healthier life may begin with the next 5 minutes after your next meal.